Lovely little horsey intro. Welcome to the live at 5, and I am actually not far off 5, so I'm quite pleased about that. If anybody's there, is anybody there? There's 4 people watching. If you could just put A1 if you can hear the audio, which will let me know that the audio is working, and it will let me know that the comments are working. So that's super. I'll keep an eye on the comments. Every time I look down here, it's keeping an eye on the comments, see if anything can come in. A1, thank you, Helen. That's all I needed. So I've got a story. I once had a lady write on my Facebook page after coming to the Rider Confidence course. Today I fell off my horse. No, yesterday I fell off my horse. She fell off her horse yesterday. And she was amazed because today she went and rode on her horse and there was none of that awful anxiety that she'd suffered from. She said, not only was I not hurt and I was fine, because that's usually what happens, but I wasn't bothered about it. I wasn't bothered about it when I woke up, knew that I was going riding, wasn't bothered about it while I was waiting for my riding lesson, wasn't bothered about it when I was on my horse. So I'm just putting a post on Carl's Facebook page to say you can change your mind. You can change your mind so that you're not carrying baggage for all the things that haven't even happened, for the worry that you would have hurt yourself if it had turned out different. Isn't that brilliant? Isn't that marvelous? And the reason why I mentioned that is because on the Enjoy Your Horse Club page, if you are a Enjoy Your Horse Club member, then you will have read this. We've had 2 people fall off this week and have the same narrative, that it's possible to change your mind and not have that dreadful, what if it had been worse, or you were lucky, all the things that people have heard over the years. You were lucky you weren't dragged. Oh. It's possible to change your mind. And I just thought that's wonderful. If that's going to be a narrative that's going to go through the Enjoy Your Horse Club, which is basically a Facebook page set up as an alternative to the Nervous Rider Facebook pages, if that's one of the narratives that's going through, I'm pleased. My work is done. Absolutely super. There's another narrative going through as well at the moment, which I love. Every time something is occurring, the wind is this week's game. Every time something's occurring, the road works, the wind, the rain, the puddles, the things your horse might spook at, there's a narrative which is running through the Enjoy Your Horse Club members, which is just marvelous. It's a training opportunity. Everything that happens is a training opportunity. I expect if you're in the Enjoy Your Horse Club already, then you knew I was going to say that. I promise that if a combine harvester set on fire at the fields over there, that would be time to go and jump on your horse and go, quick, let's go and have a look. There's a combine harvester on fire. Absolutely training opportunity. This wind, I bet you can guess what I'm going to say now as well. This wind, do you know how much it is to hire a wind machine or a rain machine? If you wanted to train your horses to wind and rain and you had to hire those machines, it would be thousands and thousands of pounds. And here we are, we've got it for free. What an amazing training opportunity. So we had somebody, I'm just off the top of my head, a tree had fallen down, somebody was using that. They actually went and got their horses and were like, right, let's go. The tree had fallen down across the drive, and they would get the horses to step over and all that sort of thing. Another one of the wind and rain. It's all training opportunities. And don't pass them up, because those training opportunities, every time you successfully achieve what you set out to do, even if it's only tiny little, even if it's only step over the tree and come back again, every time you do, that's one in the bank, the experience bank, that you share with your horse, and your horse having the experience that when something's a little bit untoward, best thing to do is to listen to Carl, because he got me out of the puddle situation, he got me out of the fallen tree situation, he got me out of the wind and the rain and the everything else situation and the burning combine harvester situation. And I've got a little phrase: if you train for everything, anything, then you train for anything and everything. If you train for bicycles, tarpaulins, pushchairs, strimmers, hoses, burning combine harvesters, wind rain, then you are training for the shop awning. Because by the time you get to the shop awning, it's just number 6,423 in the experience bank, where they know, listen to Carl is probably the best thing to do. He hasn't let us down yet. Absolutely super. So we've got these narratives going through, which is fantastic. Everything is a training opportunity, and you can reframe your mind so that when you fall off, you just fall off. It doesn't make it worse than it is. It is possible to do that, because we've had 2 people this week. Oh yeah, I was telling this story of the lady who put a note on my Facebook page. Now, so she wrote, I just want to tell everybody to reframe your perception of a situation so that you don't make it more dangerous than it is, which I thought was marvelous. And when I saw that appear on my Facebook page, I pressed the like button and wrote something nice and supportive. And then a comment came in underneath that post. You must have been terrified though. Was it scary? So the sudden instinct was, let's talk about, I don't want to talk about how well you can change your mind and how you can carry on as normal. I want to talk about how scary it was. I want to take this positive post and turn it into a negative one. And bless her, the person who wrote the post originally didn't rise to it and put underneath, I'm not here to discuss the negative. I'm here to discuss the positive. It is possible to simply change your mind about how it feels when you've fallen off. And I thought, how amazing. That person has had an actual transformation during my course. Brilliant. I was super chuffed. Do I look super chuffed? I hope I look super chuffed. I was super chuffed. Next comment came in, but you must have been terrified. Tell us about it. And there you are. I turned the comments off. But it just goes to show that people don't necessarily want to enjoy their horses. It's crazy. I put something on this week. I put on, you might a little bit about the darkness is receding. Yeah, in the evening, the light is starting to extend. That actually started around the 18th of December, and the mornings are still continuing to get darker right up till the 2nd of January. It's just the way that orbital mechanics work when you're studying astrophysics. Maybe you could explain it to me. That the evenings get lighter quicker. And I always look forward to the 18th because it's the first evening where you get an extra minute of light. So that's absolutely super. Once you've got that extra minute, it's such a good example of bite sizes. If you rode for that extra minute, you wouldn't even notice. If you got on your horse at 4 o'clock, you'd probably be able to ride until, I don't know, 4:15 before it's so dark that you have to get off. And if you did that the following day, you'd have an extra minute. And the following day, you'd have an extra 2 minutes and so on and so on. You can see how it works. So I always like that. I always write, if you wanted to, you could extend yourself to the highest heights. You can have a great time on your horse. Come summer, if you got on at 4 o'clock and got off when it was dark, you'd be on it for 6 hours. And I think you'd be a pretty confident rider by then. It's such a good example. But of course, quite a lot of people don't want to hear this. They want to get on my page and moan about what they can't do. And so I was putting, what would you like to do with that extra minute? And there's a reasonable amount of, oh, I've just got an extra minute for falling off. Or, oh, it gets me, you know. It gets me. It's like I've been trying to stop people lying about horses, because that's not true. You haven't got an extra minute of falling off, because that's not what would happen. But some people, and I've just had to take this on the chin. Some people just don't want to improve. They want to moan about how frightened they are on their horses. And if you can take something positive, like not only are the evenings getting lighter, but we could take advantage of this with a very simple plan. We could really take advantage of this. It's really good time. And you manage to twist that around to, oh, well, I just fall off all the time, which isn't even true. I was just joking. You weren't really joking. It wasn't even funny. It wasn't funny, and it wasn't true. When people say that on my rider confidence course, they go, oh, in real life, I'd break my leg. And I go, well, that isn't true, because that's just not what happens. And they go, all right, Carl, all right, I was only joking. And then I say, when did you last tell any kind of joke about horses which was in the positive? When did you make any joke about the things you could do and you could achieve and you could go? Are you even aware that jokes about horses in the positive are available to be made up and said? Because the jokes are always about the negative. So yes, so I put up a post about the lightening skies, and a proportion of people simply started lying, trying and negating what I said. Then I made a post today, and I was thinking about the people who've reframed their narrative on the Enjoy Your Horse Club, and what a good job they're doing. Now I was thinking about that, and today I was making a advert for TikTok. So TikTok has now got a feature where I can sell videos. So if you're in the Enjoy Your Horse Club, you'll know that there's all these how-to videos in the guides. So let's just have a little look here. If I can just show, can I do this? Hang on, I might be able to do this. What happens if I share screen? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to share screen. Right. Okay, I'm going to hopefully share this screen. I'm hoping you can see this. I'm going to use my own phone as a monitor. No, I'm not. Okay, I hope you can see this. If you're in the Enjoy Your Horse Club, if you go here to guides, see where that is? You go on guides, and all the way down here, you've got lean back, you've got how to desensitize, how to ride one-handed, how to deal with a spooking, and how to get used to a scary corner, how to get used to a mobile mountain, how to train your horse and bicycles, how to find confidence, how to break down canter into bite sizes, how to train for horses galloping past, and on and on and on and on and on. And then we've got other guides as well. So in these guides here, somewhere down here is how to break canter down into bite sizes, which is jolly good. And there should be somewhere, but I can't find. Oh no, here it is in how to deal with rearing horses. This one here. There you are. You might have seen that. Anyway, let's stop sharing that screen and go back to me. Where am I? Hey, there I am. Super. Bob that off there. So anyway, we've got all these guides, and if people aren't in the Enjoy Your Horse Club, there's no way for them to buy those guides. So TikTok has got a feature. I'm really really enjoyed today. I was making up an advert where I could sell the how to deal with rearing horses. And it caused me to have to get a load of pictures of people who've been on the rider confidence course and have basically reframed their fear of rearing horses. We've had about 4,000 people come through, and I'm going to play the advert and just look how happy these people are. See if I've got that. Oh, I hope I've got it all set up. Oh, maybe I haven't. Okay, let me present video file. Excuse me while I get this together. Let's see what that goes. Horse rear discomfort, badly fitting tack, veterinary or dentistry issue, a training issue, either the horse is young or inexperienced, frightened, the rider's lack of confidence, the reins start getting tight and the clamping on starts. Rearing is unacceptable. Up on his back legs, get off my mouth. There we go. That's just Bob me back. With that, and I should. Oh, hang on a second. There we are. That's me back in a second. The point is, I was making that video today, and there were so many pictures of people rearing on those horses. I mean, we've been doing this for 10 years. We're going to have a few thousand pictures. I'm always amused when people have it as their profile picture. So we got a few thousand pictures of people rearing, and 90% just get off going. That was such fun. For a start off, no, let's start at the beginning. 100% are white as a sheet and green around the gills when they first come in the morning, and they're like, "Oh my God, he's going to make me rear. He's going to make me rear. He's going to make me rear." Then we get these photos of people get off, and you can see the joy in those people's faces when they're like, "Oh my God, that was the best fun ever." And quite honestly, we could go on to do a whole day of mucking around on horses after people have done the rearing. Brilliant. Absolutely super. That's how many people could reframe how they look at rearing, which is one of the real big frighteners. So it was just fantastic to be going through all those photos and go, I have seen the evidence that it is possible to change your reframe, change and reframe how you see all sorts of things, even anxiety. If you've got anxiety and you want to reframe that, well, you're going to have anxiety if you're going to progress. You're going to have anxiety if you're going to progress. I promise you, Charlotte Desjardins, you must have heard me say this before, Charlotte Desjardins is extremely anxious when she's facing the next Olympic arena. Of course she is. I've been in shows with my International Cossack show. We've been in front of royalty, whatever. I've been really anxious. Hasn't made any difference to my horse. So don't start saying that, oh, the horse can smell when you're frightened. It can smell when you can feel your heartbeat from 3 fields away or whatever. I tell you, my heart's been beating. All those people on those rearing horses, their hearts were beating. Made no difference at all to the horse. So the thing is, some people will simply stand there and say things that aren't true. A horse can smell when you're frightened, and then it's gonna play up. Well, not in my experience, and not in the experience of all those people on those rearing horses. Or they'll say, "Oh, have you seen the way it twitches when a fly lands on it? Imagine how it's going to respond to your leg." Well, it doesn't. It doesn't respond in the same way to a fly. It knows the difference. The horses are clever enough to know the difference between a fly landing on them that's going to bite them, especially them big cleggers. Do you call them clegs? I call them what? Put it in the comments what you call them big flies, the massive horse flies that usually live up north in the woods. A horse would see that and it would start dancing. It really started, and it was nothing like the response to putting your leg on. The people just make stuff up. What else? The girl, I've got a story. The girl in the chip shop. So I was at a show with some international Cossacks, about 10 of them, including me, about 10 of us. And we went to get some chips between shows. And we're trick riders, and it's quite extreme riding, shall we say. And we went to get some chips. And the girl in the chip shop was like, "Oh, do you ride horses, dear?" I was like, "Yes." And she goes, "You ever had an accident?" And I looked at these trick riders and I was like, "Have you ever had an accident?" No, not really. How long have you been riding? Well, each of us about 10 years, so about 100 years altogether. And you've never had an accident? No, we've never had an accident. You've been lucky, she said with utter confidence. 100 years of extreme trick riding, and she knew, the girl who cooks the chips. She cooks the chips. That's what she does. She knows nothing about horses at all, but she does know that we've been lucky to have only 100 years worth. People just say anything. The plumber came, and he parked his van, and we had the horses tied up on the yard, and his son got out, and the plumber went, "See those horses there?" And the son went, "Yeah." He goes, "Never go around the back of them. Never go around the back of a horse." I said, "Don't fill the young boy's head with nonsense. You can go around the back of a horse if you know it's not going to kick, can't you?" The actual phrase is, don't go around the back of a horse you don't know. And you do know all these, because what you can do is turn to me and go, "Do your horses kick?" And I'll go, "No." And then you can go around the back of them. Anyway, people just make up any lies whatsoever. Anyway, this is my New Year's resolution to offer. Now, I don't lie about horses. I don't say things are better than they are either. I don't say they're better than they are, and I don't worse than they are. I say how they are. And I got that from Tony Robbins, and I thought that was a very, very good thing to say. Especially if you've got some of those people around you who do like to make up stories. I met one who said, "Oh, my horse wake up wondering what it can do to me." And it's like, it doesn't though, does it? Because they just don't work like they don't work like that. "Oh, my horse can smell when you're frightened." It's like, oh, God. Anyway, especially if you've got liars around you who are saying stuff that aren't true about horses, in the form of jokes or in the form of serious comments. Your New Year's resolution, I might suggest, is not to get drawn into it, start nodding, and start adding in stuff that simply isn't true as well. Well, if you get killed, I'll get killed. No one's getting killed. You know no one's getting killed. You don't have to lie about horses. I never do. Because in the circles that I grew up in with horses, that is the horse loggers, and then I went on to the jousting shows, then I went on to the films, then I went on to doing what I do now, the rider confidence and the photo shoots. I've just never lied. I don't lie about other tools that I've got for work either. But there we are. My New Year's resolution, and possibly yours, could be to outlaw lying about horses. Don't say you're going to fall off when it ain't going to fall off. When people say, I had this thing, people say all sorts about horses. They say that horses can't go downhill. people say that they can't go downhill, and they can go downhill. I made a little video for that as well. Yeah. I'll play that again because it was so quick. They can go downhill. Look at that. Let's go downhill. And people say that you can't expect a horse to put up with other horses running past it. Look at those. Look, they're wild horses galloping about, not wanting to get a horse. Look at this horse here. Absolutely couldn't give a monkey's. Don't tell me that you can't control a horse if the other horses run past. People will say anything. May I suggest that your New Year's resolution, mine certainly is to be not a liar about horses. There we go. Going to do a bit of housekeeping before we go. The first Rider Confidence course is up. That's on January the 29th. January the 29th for the first one-day Rider Confidence course here. The Ultimate Rider Confidence course, 3 months online, study at home with me here on the computer, helping you in every deep dive of psychology that you could think of, is going to launch on January the 8th. I will put the link in to the description, and there's various adverts on my Carl Greenwood page. January the 8th, get signed up. We'll have a little phone call before you do. Make sure it's all right. Free deep dive is May the 18th and 19th. If you want to know how the Confident Decanter course works, then if you're in the club, go to the guides, as I showed you earlier in this video, and you will see how to break down canter into bite sizes. And basically that's the format that we follow, so you can have a good look there and decide that you do want to do it, and it's not going to be at all being brave, being trained. The whole thing has been, let's stop lying about our horses. Have a lovely New Year's Eve. That's tomorrow, and I will see you in 2024. See you later. Bye.